Hello and welcome to the Bunch of Punts Betting Podcast, your specialist show for football long shot bets. I'm not joined by Matthew. I was last night, but the recording fucked up. So we're just going to do a bite-size bumper Champions League, EFL and Non League short video podcast, and we'll be back Friday to do a proper show ahead of the weekend football. But because we recorded it, we just at least wanted to get the bets out there just in case we have one of them weeks. I'll just rattle through mine. I've gone Plymouth to beat Hull 15-4 with Bet365 point on that. You've got two teams very similar in the sense that they are best suited to containing and counter attacking football. Plymouth under Muslich, they're averaging like 40% possession, and they're beaten Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. They beat Liverpool at home in the FA Cup, and they have got results in 7 of their 11 games under the new manager. Hull, same. Oh, there's John. Get out of the shot, you dickhead. Hull, they are good under Sellers when they're playing the biggest and best teams in the division. They beat Sheffield United 3-0, drew against Sunderland at home. They also won at the Stadium of Light. But when teams say, you can have the ball, come and beat us, they struggle. So Plymouth in what's a massive game at the foot of the table. Look, a cracking price. Next up, I've got Burton at Wycombe. Burton 6-1 with Betfair and Paddy Power. Point on that. Basically, two teams who've had managerial change. Burton was in force. Gary Bowyer's come in, and they've been the 8th best team over his 14-game period in charge. Wycombe lost Bloomfield to Luton, and since then they've struggled a bit. I think they've dropped points in 5 of their 8 games. They're also potentially missing Richard Kone. He's not featured really since he got snapped at Barnsley at the end of January. He's been playing off the bench recently. I'm not sure what's going on there. I've also got a red card in the game and a red card each team. 6-1 and 100-1 with Betfair and Paddy Power. Half a point on the red card. A quarter of a point, on the red card each team, and it's basically because the referee's an absolute nutter. I think he's given 5 red cards in his last 8 appearances, and with this game being on TV, it's just a rare opportunity to punt on the card markets in League One, so I'm taking that opportunity. Then it's into the Champions League for me. PSG v Liverpool, I'm going Salah goal and assist. 10-1 with Bet365, just a massive price. He's scored or assisted in each of his last 9 games. I think this bet's landed in 3 of 13 appearances in Champions League knockout game first leg, so he clearly loves the big occasion. Same bet, Benfica, Barcelona, Rafinha. It's at 8.5 Bet365. This is kind of the same logic. It's landed twice for Rafinha in the Champions League. I think he's got 8 goals and 4 assists, a couple of braces. He scored a brace in the group stage against Benfica at this ground. Games at Benfica in the Champions League, often loads of goals. I think there's been 4, 0, 9 and 6. 9 coming when these sides met in the group stage, so there should be plenty of goals, so it makes sense to get on Rafinha to score and create one. I'm also tipping no goals in Bayer Leverkusen. They head to Bayern Munich on Wednesday, 12-1 with Bet365. That's no first goal scorer. Covers as if there's an own goal. And basically, when these sides met recently in the Bundesliga at Bayer Leverkusen's ground, Bayer Leverkusen limited Bayern Munich to just 2 shots, none on target. They mustered up at 0.05 xG. Didn't have a single shot in the first half. First time that's happened to a Bayern Munich team since they started taking these stats. So I think it could be a really tight game, especially with it being the first leg of a 2-legged Champions League knockout round of 16. And then it's over to Matthew, non-league. He's got Fylde v Hartlepool. He's tipping Fylde to win 3.3 Bet365 point on that. And he was basically explaining yesterday that this is 2 crap teams, and it's a game Fylde are going to have earmarked as one they should potentially need to win. If they're going to stand any chance of staying up, then it's to York v Altrincham, and it's a battle between 2 of his favourite non-league goal scorers, Pearce and Linney. He's putting both of them scoring a bet builder at a whopping 9-1. A point on that. He's also doubled down with me. He's doubling up with me, He's having Plymouth as well to beat Hull, so we're having 2 points on that between us. Into League 2, Donny v Bromley is getting Cheek onside to score. That's at 3.25 with Bet365. I love Cheek. He's a cracking player. I can't believe he's only just playing in the EFL. I think he said he scored 15 goals but he's in the running for the Golden Boot in the 4th tier, and that's a cracking price. Away at Donny, same division, Notts County v Barrow. He's coupling a home win with a Yatta goal. That's at 3.5, a point on that with Bet365. Same thinking, Yatta's one of the top goal scorers in the league. Barrow are woeful away from home. They've been woeful for some time. They're only not going to go down because there's a couple of worse teams than them. Pretty lucky in that sense, but coupling one of the best strikers in the division with one of the best teams to beat one of the poorest is his logic there. Same division again, Grimsby v Tranmere, and he's getting Justin Abiku onside to score again. He's a player who's been tipping quite often at his 3.6 in midweek with Bet365. I don't think he started the last couple of games, but when he does play, his goals per 90 averages somewhere around 0.80, I think Matthew said yesterday. So again, it looks like a whopping price. He's also got another bet from this league. It is Morecombe to beat Wimbledon to 0 at 3.25 with Bet365. Basically, good team against bad team. So get the good team on side to win and the bad team not to score. He also had a bet from Scotland, and I'm really sorry, but I just haven't got that on record what it was. But it was really interesting. I just the podcast crashed. I didn't have time to write it down, so that one's gone. I'm sure he'll tweet it out because it was a really interesting angle. Long shots. I made Matthew do Pearce and Linney both to score braces in York's game against Atlanta. He's having a quarter of a point on that at 170 to 1 with Bet365 just in case. I've got a 0.5 Asian handicap Trixie. So Atletico Madrid, Plymouth and Burton, all with half a goal head start at 10.64 to 1. No, 10.64 decimals with Bet365, a point on that Trixie. It's essentially the same as double chance, so if you want to have double chance, be my guest, but it's a slightly bigger price this way. And the only team left to talk about is Atletico Madrid. They have only lost one of the last 10 head-to-heads with Real Madrid in 90 minutes. I think they've drawn the last 3-1-1, they've drawn the last 4 in 90 minutes. And I think they're also unbeaten in the last 8, something ridiculous like that. Simeone has clearly got Don Carlo's number marked, and he'd definitely take a draw going into the second leg. And my final bet, I don't know why I've done it. It's a real daft one, but I've combined Salah Rafinha to score an assist with Guirassy in Dortmund's game against Lille, and Rodgers for Aston Villa in their trip to Bruges. And that's at just under 28,000 to 1 with Bet365. I'm playing that as a Yankee, so 1.1 of a point across the whole of that. And Guirassy's absolutely on fire. He's scored at least 1 in 7 of 10 Champions League appearances. He's scored or assisted in 9, and his side Dortmund are odds on to score at least 2. So hopefully he'll have a hand in both of them. And Rodgers, he's been on absolute fire recently in the Champions League. He's averaging 0.82 goals or assists per 90. He scored a hat-trick in his last outing. He scored at Crystal Palace recently. He had one disallowed then as well. And I think the pressure that the signings of Rashford and Asensio just brought the best out of him even more. So a Yankee 1.1 of a point on Rafinha, Salah, Rodgers and Guirassy to score or assist. Sorry, it's only been a little 10-minute show today. We'll be back on Friday for a full preview of the weekend's non-league, EFL, Premier League and possible continental football. That's on Friday, so we'll catch you on the Flippity Flip.